Hey bears, I am the Gaming-Grizzly and welcome back to Identity V and welcome to the Identity V and Detective Conan crossover. And by now I think everyone heard about the news that Detective Conan is coming to Identity V. But the big question in the room is, will Detective Conan also come to the global version of Identity V? I was reaching out to my contacts at Identity V asking them exactly that question because I would totally love to see Detective Conan coming to the game. It is one of my favorite childhood shows. I really enjoy the show, I really like the characters, and I would love to see some of the Detective Conan characters in Identity V. But before we jump into the video, I would really appreciate it if you could leave me a fat like, a comment in the comment section below what you think about the crossover, and of course, if you want to stay up to date all around Identity V, make sure to subscribe to the Gaming-Grizzly. Identity V already provides some in-game clips of the upcoming skins, or rather characters that are coming to the game with the Detective Conan crossover. At this point I want to give a little bit of a disclaimer because I want to talk about the characters as well as the connection between the characters that are appearing in this crossover. So therefore, spoiler alert! If you haven't watched the show before and you want to learn about the characters by watching the anime, I totally support that and you should skip the character explanation. Alright, so the first skin goes to the lawyer and the character is called Kogoro Mouri. He is a private detective, but not a really good one. And throughout the show, he is always getting stunned by Conan, who then proceeds to close the case via voice changer. He basically has the best job. He isn't really solving any cases and he doesn't really have to do a lot. And all credits for solving the mystery still goes to him, because Conan knows no one would listen to him since he is still considered a child. He is also the father of Mouri, which is also a character that comes with the crossover, as a skin for the coordinator. She is taking care of Conan and she is also always searching for Shinichi Kudo, who is a childhood friend and kind of her lover. But he disappeared all of a sudden and never told her what was going on, and surprise, Conan is actually Shinichi. But how is Shinichi Conan? Well, there is an organization called the Black Organization, and they developed an experimental test compound called APTX-4869, what a nice number, a drug that is able to kill people without leaving any traceable hints. But it also has a side effect. Sometimes instead of killing the person, it is shrinking them permanently. And that is exactly what happened to Shinichi, who now is having a second identity, which is Conan. While he is in his shrunken form, while he is Conan, he is still having his intelligence, it's still remaining. And that is also why Conan is still able to solve all the cases. The forward is getting a crossover skin too. It is Heiji Hattori. Heiji is also a famous high school detective just as Shinichi, and he helps Conan to solve a few cases in the show. A little side info about Heiji is that he is a big fan of baseball. And I know football and baseball is nothing alike, but for me it somehow makes sense that he is the skin for the forward. And the last character skin is Shiho Miyano. Shiho is actually working for the Black Organization, or was working for the Black Organization, and has a codename which is Sherry. She also is the person who developed the experimental test compound APTX-4869. Several quite complex circumstances made Shiho drink the APTX-4869 as well, and the side effects to it that shrunk Shinichi also shrunk her. So she also has a new name in her shrunk form, so she's now calling herself Haibara, and now I is working on the APTX-4869's prototype antidote that should bring her and Conan back to their normal size. I know, this is a little bit confusing, but this is also basically the main explanation on what is going on in the entire series. Again, spoilers, I'm sorry if you haven't watched it already, that is what is going on in the series. It's quite interesting, it's quite complex too. And that is basically the background story of all the characters that are coming to Identity V with the Detective Conan crossover. Conan and his normal identity Shinichi will also be available, but not as playable characters, rather as detective skins. Which is I don't know, I would love to play Shinichi or Conan in the game, like when I'm actually going against the hunter. But I think fair enough, they are both detectives and we are getting detective skins. We also have an entire trailer for all skins that are coming to the game. You know what, let's just roll that. The Identity 5 Manor, and with the Manor we can see the Detective Conan cast. Again, we have 4 character skins that are for playable characters, as well as 2 skins for the detective. We are starting this with the Shinichi as well as Conan skins. I already mentioned it, we can only play Shinichi in the Manor in your rooms, and same thing goes for Conan. I kinda think that's a little bit sad. I would love to play one of these characters in the game, but hey, here we have Ren. Ren is actually the coordinator and she comes with a flare gun. Interesting, she never shoots a gun in the show, but hey, that's how it is. We also have Kogoro coming in as lawyer skin. Next up we have Heiji, who is, you know, a high school detective, friend of Shinichi. Ford as well, and that's it. We have, dude, that is something that I think is perfectly fitting. It is Sherry, and she's carrying around the APTX 4869, and she's the Perfumer, perfect fit. I would love to get these skins in the global version as well. And talking about the global version, at the beginning of this video I told you that I was reaching out to my contacts at Identity 5 asking them if we on the global version can expect the Identity 5 Detective Conan crossover as well. And what they told me is that they are bringing it to the Chinese server and they cannot give me any information on the global server. They can't. So what that means is that I really hope that we are getting the Conan crossover. They did not deny, but they also did not confirm that it would come, so we really don't know. To everyone who was thinking there's any clue about it, that there isn't. I asked them, we don't know. They can't give us information. I'm super sad. I wish I could give you like, maybe it's coming, but we just don't know. I really hope for it, and yeah. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video anyway, showing you guys the skin and showing what we are hoping for on the global version at least. If so, make sure to leave me a fat like, a comment in the comment section below what you think about the crossover and what you think about the skins and what you think about Shinichi and Conan being detective skins and not really playable characters. Leave me comments. And of course, if you want to stay up to date all around Identity 5, make sure to subscribe to the Gaming-Grizzly. I hope you all have a fantastic day and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!
NANI?
You haven't checked out my merch collection yet? What do I hear you say? But Grizzly, it's the middle of summer. Who gets a hoodie in the middle?
Yeah.
What do you mean I can get a hoodie in the middle of summer? I'm always getting my hoodies in the middle of summer. But I got you. We also have t-shirts. Even though the hoodies are 10 times cooler.